Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today, I'm going to keep this a short live stream. Not the usual long form of an hour and a half or 2 hours here. No caller today. I just had one of those YouTube videos that gets suggested to you. They haven't done this for a long time now, but where they suggest you watch this video. And so these come up, as an alert for me. These aren't necessarily always channels that I'm subscribed to either. So what came up today, I really wanted to talk about because it touched a chord with me, and I thought, I want to talk about this. I want to divorce my wife. She's not too bright. Now, if you put this in a YouTube search right now, and I think I put the link in the notes here. It came up kind of messed up. But Rich Cooper, entrepreneurs in cars. He's got a very popular YouTube channel. I believe 89,000 subscribers. I respect his content. It's red pill. He's got a certain direction he's going in. He gives some good advice. But he had a live caller on, and this was a suggested video to me. And normally I don't always watch them, but I just thought, I want to divorce my wife. She's not too bright. So I went and checked out the video, and he had a live caller on video. So I don't watch Rich Cooper's channel a lot. I've watched it a few times, and like I said, I respect the content. He seems like a very intelligent guy, and he has a certain direction he sticks to, and he has some consistency to his channel, and good for him. And I'm obviously discussing his content right now, so there's something good there. So anyhow, I want to divorce my wife. So this guy comes on. I'm not sure how old Rich Cooper is, but this call-in comes in titled, I want to divorce my wife. So he calls in. Rich Cooper's like, okay, so you want to divorce your wife? And the guy goes, yeah. He comes on. He's 28 years old. And he starts out with, we've been married a year and a half, I believe. We have a newborn child, and I just don't think I spent enough time courting women. Now, I've never been married, but I don't have kids. So full disclosure, I don't know what it is to sit in that seat. But here's the thing. I do know from friends that once they get married, they do have moments. Where they think, oh shit, I went all in, and I'm not sure if I want to go all in right now. Or they've had kids, and they question if it was a good move for them because they're annoyed by not having all their time to themselves. I've heard this before, okay? And these are types of things that moment to moment can change, right? Someone can have a feeling like, oh, I wish I would have never got married. But the reality is, I look at marriage like a love pension. If you know anyone that's worked for a pension, in America, they're very popular for secure jobs where you're not going to be a millionaire. So one of the things that keeps you at that job is in 30 years, some cases 20 years, you'll get X amount of dollars. You'll get $2,000 for the rest of your life if you work here for 20 years. You'll get $3,000 a month for the rest of your life if you work here. And it keeps a lot of people in the game. And it's one of those things like, I'm not getting paid a whole lot right now, right? But in 30 years, I'll be set to where I could live such and such life. And marriage is kind of like that, isn't it? It's like if you're signing up to get married and you're all in, you got to look at it like, I signed up for a love pension here. And to me, marriage really pays off. If you get to 30, 40 years and you're in your 60s, 70s, and 80s and you've been with someone 30, 40 years, and let's face it, people that are together that long, maybe you have some grandparents or great-grandparents, they bicker. They have their moments. But I'll tell you what, I'm not that age, but I think it's damn nice to have someone that's your significant other that stuck it out with you that long. That's the love pension. That's one of the major payoffs. Is it the only payoff? No. But getting back to this particular, I want a divorce from my wife. What really, and Rob IS that just came on, I'm discussing a video that Rich Cooper did, Entrepreneurs in Cars, where he basically, it was only a 5-minute clip where a guy called in and said, I want a divorce from my wife. I'm 28 years old. And he starts out by saying, she's he doesn't use the word incredible. She's great. She's sweet. She's this, all these feminine features, very nice things to say about her. I believe even, and to me, if you're married and you have a kid, I think one of the first things should be is she's a good mom. If you're having kids and you're married, there's going to be moments of temptation. There's going to be moments of second thoughts. I don't have a problem with that. I think it's human. What bothered me a little bit about this is I'm someone that has people come on the live stream as anonymous callers and talk about their breakups. And a lot of people don't want to it's like I'm redoing my website right now and I have these testimonials. And the guy that was redoing my website was like, hey, look, some of these don't have complete names. I said, well, the thing is with breakups and relationships, it's not that it's shameful. People just don't want to attach their name to a breakup story, if that makes sense. And I get it, right? Because it might be a little bit embarrassing, but especially, let's say that what makes this work, and I'm going to get back to taking free stories and getting more stories on my YouTube channel, is that if you anonymously write your story, you don't show your face, you don't say your name, is there a chance that your ex could come across the video? Hell yeah. I think a lot of people feel a little bit better that my channel isn't that popular, so they don't feel like it's as much as a possibility. But even if your ex came across it, right, they still don't have their name attached to it or your face in a video. This guy goes on a channel where Rich Cooper has 89,000 subscribers, has a lot of views. He's a very popular channel, and he's earned it. And he went on video, right? He goes on video saying, my wife's great. She's this, this, and this. And then Rich Cooper goes, so what's wrong, man? Like, why do you want to get a divorce? He goes, well, she's just not very bright. She's not up to my intelligence. I can't have conversations with her. I want someone that makes me challenged more and helps me grow. And Rich Cooper stops him and goes, whoa, 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 whoa. You don't want a woman that challenges you. You don't want a woman more intelligent than you, basically is what he's saying. And the thing that got me about him on a public video, though, right? He's talking about his wife who just had a kid a month ago. They have a newborn. If she comes across this, and there's no way of saying it was it's one thing to be anonymous and not have your face on the video, but if her friends, family, or colleagues come across this, and this is a pretty popular channel, I mean, if he thinks that he's going to have a problem now because he's, I'm not sure if I want to be married anymore, I thought to myself, wow, that's a lot of balls. And I would add, it's not very smart it's not a very smart move, because the consequences, even if you're considering divorce, I'll tell you what, it's not going to feel really nice that you went public on a channel that might get 100,000 views and you down talked about your wife. It's one thing to write a story in and be anonymous. It's another thing to go on video and say stuff like that. I thought to myself, wow, isn't there a difference? Right? And even Rich Cooper, he wasn't saying anything about him, showing his face or anything, but was like, look, man, if you got to think long about a divorce, because you're going to be a single dad, which isn't popular at 28 for other women, right? And his big thing was, well, you don't want an extremely intelligent woman anyways that has to help you grow. He was saying that you should be helping yourself grow, and you should figure out your own problems, and you should work on yourself. And I agreed with Rich in that context. What got me is this guy, it seemed like, went on a YouTube binge, and he's like, oh, I like your content, Rich Cooper. My question would be, Rob, you might know more about this than I do, the red pill, and I don't want to, being someone that hasn't read into a lot of that content, and that doesn't mean I don't subscribe to it, because I look at things, I take bits and pieces from what I want to take from it. I don't like to be a part of an umbrella where I'm red pill, but I can agree on a lot of things. I don't need to be, because then it incorporates you into a variety of things. Okay, I just agree and I disagree, or I'm neutral on separate things. I don't want to be on an umbrella thing. I don't want to be a part of a team. That's just me. So that being said, he did give him pretty sound advice. He said, look, man, if you got to think about this divorce, but what you're looking for, you're not going to be the best guy on the market, right? Then this is what shocked me. He goes, how tall are you, man? And the guy's like, 5'7". And he goes, how much do you weigh? And he goes, 190 pounds. He goes, well, it looks like you need to lose some weight too. Because the guy had also complained. He's like, well, are you attracted to your wife still? He goes, well, she's cute. She's really cute, but, she's gained a little weight since the baby. I'm like, Jesus, your wife just had a kid a month ago. She's going to have a little extra weight on her. She's really cute. And, I mean, what are you looking for here? And this is what I think happens. You have a few moments, and this could be marriage, this could be girlfriend, boyfriend, this could be long-term relationship. You have a few moments, and listen, I'm on YouTube also. I got a ton of videos. And you have a moment where you go, oh, shit, I don't know if we line up. Or you just go, God, she looks horrible right now. So unattractive. And then you go on YouTube and all this stuff tells you fucked up. Hey, man, you're still in your 20s. You shouldn't be married. You shouldn't be this. Guess what, dude? You got a baby. You've been married a year and a half. A 1-month-old baby. You're going on a public show, showing your face on video, undressing the qualities of your wife carelessly. Dude. I just thought to myself, wow. I don't have a problem that you're having issues where you're having second thoughts about your marriage. Going public on a video. And then he even admitted, it's kind of like Rich Cooper said, hey, look, if you're single at 5'7", 190, and I don't even know, to me, if a guy's 5'7", 190, he could be yoked. He could be, all muscle. I don't know how Rich put that together. I guess he's more into that. And he goes, yeah, I need to lose some weight too. But this guy, like I said, it's like relationships long-term, marriage long-term, you're going to have moments where you're second-guessing things. You're going to have moments where you are wondering if you should be in this relationship, right? Then when you have kids, I would hope that it goes from what's best for me and what's best for us to what's best for our kid. But this guy, there was nothing he described as catastrophic or bad. It was just like, I'm 28 and I don't know if I searched long enough. That's a common complaint. I have friends that, got married in their 20s, women and men, by the way, women and men in their 20s still, that second guess, should I have done this? To go on a public show, on a video, and meekly explain how your wife's not intelligent enough for you to hold up in a conversation? Man, like I said, if your wife finds out about that video of one of her friends or colleagues, if that gets back, you think you're gonna feel like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like a peon. You're going to feel so small as a person. How are you going to explain that? If your wife comes back, what if your wife came back to you and she's like, it's one thing you go to one of your close buddies, you go to a therapist or you go to a coach like myself and you have a session and you go, yeah, this is bothering me. Let me unpack this with you. Going on a live show that's red pill based and you're married with a 1-month-old and you're going, yeah, she can't even hold an intelligent conversation. And you broadcast that out? Does anyone get where I'm going with this? And this isn't anything about anything bad that Rich Cooper did. It's more about this guy came on the show and aired that out. Like I said, if his wife's friends or someone close to him finds out about that and his video's up with his face saying those things, I wonder what he would say. Yeah, it's true. I think we can get a divorce. And I was with Rich. I was like, look, dude. He said it to him. He's like, you need to focus on yourself before you even think about getting divorced, because you're saying you need someone to challenge you more and to be more intelligent and to lose some weight. In the back of my head, I'm like, is it the most intelligent move to go on video with this? Just got me. It just got me. I just thought to myself, wow. And what would you do if you're going to do that? Then request a private coaching or therapy session with someone to talk about it. That's all I'm saying, I suppose. Having those thoughts is human, I suppose. But this is what happens with all this content online now, right? Because I think that maybe the content that Rich Cooper has in the book, and I haven't read Rich Cooper's book, probably the guy's reading into that and going, wow, I really messed up, right? But Rich Cooper made a good point. He's like, well, I mean, if you're looking for answers from a new partner and this, that, and the other, and then he gets his weight and his height, I thought to myself, wow. And he, that might be part of it, Rob. That might be part of it. Maybe he got carried away talking to the great Rich Cooper. I don't know. That's one of those things that I don't have a problem. This is in no relation a knock. If anything, I think Rich Cooper's a straight shooter. I think he's got a great channel and he shoots it from the hip, right? But like I said, I was just thinking to myself, man, this guy comes on video. I want a divorce, right? Just thought, man, that is a far drop if that gets found out. You're not going to be able to go, oh, yeah, I didn't mean what I said in the video. I don't know if Rich would allow him to go back and take it down either, right? And maybe I'm reading into it too much, because I've had people where, when I had public stories, they'd hit me back up and they're anonymous stories and I don't say anyone's name, and they'd be like, can you please take it down? I'll take it down for you. But you really think if your girlfriend finds out that it's your story, right, she still isn't going to have to deal with friends and family knowing it's you guys. She would only know that. But yeah, like I said, someone that you're married to and the mother of your kids, and you're putting her down on a public live forum, I don't know, man. I think that's pretty short-sighted. It's pretty shallow. I know in my own life when I've had close relationships with girlfriends or problems, I wouldn't want to air that out with a public group, right? A public group like that. Now we look at these live streams when people are talking about their breakups with me. The thing is with a breakup is it's already happened. Secondly, there is some anonymousness to it. Anonymity. I'm having trouble with that word. Ernesto! What's up, Holmes? I'm good. How's San Diego treating you, bud? I got an alert for your video. I wanted to stop by and say hi. Hope all is well with you. Digging the Instagram pics. Take care, brother. Oh, yeah, PB is still waiting for you. Ooh, PB is a great place. Good old Grand Avenue. 1647 grand next to the KFC. That's where I first had my studio. Could still smell the cheap carpet. Miss that place, man. It changed a lot since I lived there. He lacks intelligence by sharing demeaning comments on social media. Well, I think there's a line, right? There's a line. I think that, like I said, I'm on the edge of it, I suppose, when some people share their stuff with me. Because there was one guy that's fresh out of college. He was a D1 athlete. He's a pretty arrogant guy, but he's got it's funny because once you get past that layer of arrogance, and he was a super, kind of a star in college, and that didn't work out and whatnot. And you get into his breakup. That everyone has soft spots. Do you guys ever think about this? You meet someone, it was funny because we're going to get into this at some point, me and Clutch, and have a live stream about luck versus free will. Karma could be thrown in there. I believe in karma. I don't believe in luck. And so I'm surprised that Clutch believes in luck. But we'll get into that another time a little deeper. But, this guy going on the air and doing what he did, will karma get him? I don't know, but I'd be curious to know if he watched that video. Yes, it is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. You know what we should do, Clutch, with the luck argument? And you'd be great at this. I never had debate in high school. Did you have debate in high school as a class? I remember, schools had that as an elective and different things. We didn't have that. But maybe we should treat it as a debate where we give each other 5 minutes so we don't cut each other off, right? I'm more bad at it than you are as far as I like to interject or ask a question. Spartans tonight, we dine in YouTube. I don't know what that means. I'm lost. Okay. Yeah, no, I would, I remember in, I forgot which class it was, but they had us do one debate, and I was pretty good at it, actually. But yeah, it'll be a good one to talk about luck versus free will mixed in with karma. It's a good topic. Because, at the end of the day, these kind of topics, Clutch, I think you'd agree, there's so many of these topics where people think they're right or wrong, right? But it's just an opinion, right? Could you prove if luck's true or not true? 300, oh, okay. I think I didn't watch it because it had animation in it. I think that's why I didn't watch it. Spartans tonight, we dine in YouTube. I'm not sure when you came on, Clutch, but it was interesting when a poli-sci degree has taught me on one skill set to walk away before my head explodes. Okay. The late night crowds coming on. I only got about 5 to 8 minutes here. I just wanted to check in with that story though, because I just thought this is interesting to me, and this is what's interesting. Going back to whoever came on earlier. Sorry to be redundant about the topic, but basically I was talking about a 28-year-old guy that went on Rich Cooper's show for, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes to say that he wants a divorce from his wife that just had a baby a month ago, and they've been married a year and a half, and he's wondering if he didn't court other women long enough. And my thing was, I don't have a problem if you're questioning that, but to go public with it, and one of the things too, you got to think to yourself. One of his gripes is she's not intelligent enough she doesn't line up intelligence-wise to have a good conversation with him. So what does that say about you that you married her and had a kid with her? I'm sorry. And you've just identified that now. I just literally joined and you said my name. We have a connection. For sure. For sure. For sure. I believe in that kind of stuff, man. Synchronicities. And then now I'm getting deeper into hypnotherapy and stuff like that. But I definitely have had coaching sessions where I've said things or known things where the client's kind of like, exactly. I don't know how you knew that. Smokey the cat, not to be confused with Smokey the bear or Smokey the bandit. How you doing, cat? Oh, the sweet sound of vacuum in the background for my cleaning lady. Isn't that a nice one? Maybe I'll put some music on. Folks, what are some topics that you want me to get into this week on the live stream? I'm open this week if anyone wants to be a call-in. Sabina, you want to call in for a live stream one day? Rob IS, I got to send out some emails soon. Social media has changed one thing. Those couples that used to argue at the supermarket or the mall now passive-aggressively argue on Facebook with no end. You know what I find, Clutch? The amount of people that come to me and talk about something, right? And they'll go, he did this, she did that, right? But, and then I'll go, did you tell him that? No, I didn't tell him. Why didn't you tell him? Well, he should already know. I don't want to have to tell him. Spinning plates, Smokey the cat. Well, I like spinning plates. You must be in your 20s then. You must be a fan of the Rational Male, the great Rollo Tomasi. There's some value in spinning plates. I think what gets lost in spinning plates is it takes up some time. I know I've done it in my life, and it takes up some time, and it's almost like you know when you talk to people that are business people, entrepreneurs, or even people that just made a lot of money and ran a business. So I guess you can say they're entrepreneurs. They'll say you got to be tough, right? And you got to have less feelings. I know a couple individuals that are pretty wealthy, entrepreneurs, own their own businesses, own real estates. And these dudes, man, if they need to be cutthroat, or fire someone, they have no remorse. I mean, I've been in the car before, when someone has their Bluetooth on and the call comes through. And me and a good friend of mine, I mean, it's work, but he just takes it through there. And, they're talking about they had to fire someone at the company he owns or this, that, or the other. And he's just like, yeah, mate, it's got to be done. There's no remorse there. There's no, I hope this, and the person on the other end's like, well, this, that, and the other. Nope. I think when you're really good at spinning plates and having a roster or a rotation, Smokey the cat, you almost have to have a little bit of that in you because you're going to hurt some feelings. That's one of the parts I don't know is discussed as much. And the argument for that could be, well, guys get their feelings hurt too. Absolutely. For being too nice a guy? Absolutely. I'm just saying if you got a roster or rotation or spinning plates, whatever you want to call it, right? You're gonna probably hurt some feelings or upset some women, and you're gonna have to deal with that. And that's the part of the story that's not really revealed, right? And sometimes you're gonna meet your match also, Wyatt. You are going to meet your match. What do I mean by that? You could have a rotation. You could be spinning plates, and someone could go, some woman in your rotation's out quickly, right? She's done. And you're like, wait a minute, you know who I am? I'm Smokey the Cat. Doesn't matter to her. And that's when you become her plate. What would you say is a good rotation or roster? I don't even know what to say to that, right? I don't know. I mean, I suppose that everyone's got a type, right? Or a couple different types. Wouldn't you say that's true? Actually, I take that back, because I do have friends out there that I feel like they don't have a type. They just take a pulse. But that's a numbers game more. But I mean, if you're someone that has a certain type that you're attracted to, then I would say the best rotation or roster would be full of the ones you're attracted to. You're not settling for ones that you're not. I would say it depends on what you can afford, Smokey. You should walk the video I posted about. You should talk, maybe. I posted about toxic masculinity. Richard Grant's best video today. It talks about what we talked about, gender identity over the next 20 to 50 years. Wow. That's future-based. 20 to next 20 to 30 years. Wow. How much time and money you can afford. Got it, Clutch. Yeah, spinning plates, having a roster or a team. It's kind of like when you watch a movie and you think, wow, that's cool. That looks really easy. Or when you watch an athlete that's really good, but you don't see the behind the scenes of how much work's put in. There's work put into spinning plates, right? It's not just, if someone has a rotation or a roster of 5 women that they're seeing regularly, or 4 women, that's a lot of time and work. I mean, it's shown in Eddie Murphy's great movie Boomerang. I remember that classic. Or Hitch. What are some other movies, right? They almost seem like, oh, these guys just, everything's so easy. Right? That's what I mean, Derek. Like three would take a lot of work. If you're into them and you're actually dating them, and whatnot. That's the part where, and like I said, Derek D, correct me if I'm wrong, there might be some hurt feelings. There might be some women that get aggressive with you. There's some, it's not all fun and games. It's not all cooperation. I love when guys gloat. Have you even dated more than 3 women at a time, guys? It's exhausting. I have. And I don't mean it to gloat. I don't mean it to brag. I have, and I agree with you. I agree. I always think of these stories of some Mormons and different groups that have like 7 wives. I'm like, how does that even happen? That would be so difficult. But I mean, keep in mind, when someone says they're dating, there's different. I've had people say, "Oh, we've been dating for 5 months." I'm like, "Well, is that your boyfriend?" There's a woman. Well, yeah, we're together. I'm like, why would you say dating? To me means you're seeing each other. That doesn't mean you're together. So, as long as that's up front, the truth. Cost me some decent money too. Dating should be easy, but relationship is a different story. It's different. It's different. Well, then there's always the famous, oh, I don't get attached. And then, anyone that declares they don't do something usually is getting out in front of what they do. Right? It's kind of funny, too, because, Derek, when you think about spinning plates, are you telling the women that they're, that you're seeing 2 other women? Or the other question is, Are they seeing 2 or 3 other guys? Honesty is the key to the soul, my friend. It's so true. It seems so simple. It seems so simple, doesn't it? I think as I get older, it's more simple and simple just to tell the truth, because you just know the consequences of lies, because lies need to be stacked. You lie one time, you're going to have to lie again. That's no fun. Whenever I see McLean, I always think McLean, and I think of Die Hard. Die Hard with Bruce Willis. I forgot her, Mrs. McLean. I forgot her first name. Great movie, huh? Hans. All right, folks, I do have to run. I'll be back on deck maybe tomorrow, same time. Of course, today we got 13 on deck, 3 likes. It's a spirited one. All right, folks. I tell them up front, either they are with it or not. Trying to keep up with the lies is horrible. Derek D., you are an honorable man. Keep it rolling out there in Baltimore. All right, folks. It's curtains.